Hi everybody. So it's August 4th and I figured I'd do a little video and do a card pull for the collective where we're headed into the Lionsgate energies, which will be Tuesday the 8th. So you'll see a lot of things about the Lionsgate probably posted on social media and everywhere, and so I'll give my own perspective from it because personally I'm a Leo. That's my sun sign. So being that connected to the Lion's Gate, I feel it every year. So the Leo sign is my sun sign. It's also connected to the sun, which brings in tons of light. And all this light comes through the Lion's Gate, and it's wonderful. But also that light is very illuminating, and it tends to bring up stuff that's going on in your life. It can even be things you're working on internally, and it'll bring it up for you to change and shift and have courage, because courage is one of the energies that comes through the Lion's Gate, and that courage is used to face your own fears, to make changes in your life that will be better or will empower you, that we often resist out of fear. So to me, that is what the Lion's Gate is. Everybody's purpose is different. You know, so you may look around and see, well, that person is really motivated or seems to have a potential to go towards doing big things. And some people do it in a smaller way. They may not feel that that's their personal calling. It may be on a smaller level and doing it for themselves. And as humans, we tend to compare things. It's nothing about one being bigger or better than the other. Everything is important. Each person's purpose is as important as another. Even if you look at another's, because we do this. We might look at somebody else and be like, I don't have the energy to do that, or I don't want to do that. But that person may have the energy, because if it's aligned with their purpose, then what comes with that is their field is made to do that, their energy field. So they would be able to be made to handle that, if that's part of their call. Where somebody else's call might be doing it on a different scale, or in a, whatever it may be. Purpose isn't even always about career. It's just about being present and being your best self, your authentic self in the world. That's really what purpose is. And however you can share that with the world and bring it forward. It could be at the drive-up window getting your coffee, or it could be teaching a class to a bunch of people. There's no right or wrong way. It's just knowing what your way will be and having the courage to do so and move into that. That's what the Lion's Gate helps us all with, and it brings in kind of this big wave of energy that we can all feel, and it feels good, and it can feel can provoke some anxiety at the same time. So let's see what the message is today for all of us. This will be a collective. So this is my Archangel Tarot. So I'm just going to do a 3-card pull. So give us give us some guidance that way. Okay, so the first card, which would be what is passing away, passing from our lives, or what we need to let go of. And the card is the 5 of Michael, Archangel Michael. Okay, so this card is about us picking up on a situation that doesn't serve you and releasing your attachment to that, the outcome, and taking an approach in your life that brings you more joy, that's more uplifting. So this is what's shifting out of our lives. So think about that. A lot of us could be in situations that we know aren't serving us, It could be a big situation. It just could be a little one that nags at us in life. But at the end of the day, it all drains our energy. And we'll want to shift that. And it's interesting because Michael also is the bringer of courage, as I was talking about courage. And he often gives us the courage to go after these situations that are draining our life force energy. So we have the courage to say, yep, I need to either walk away from this, I either need to transform it into something completely different, I need to reevaluate it. And I need to make sure that it's in alignment. So how do we do that, right? Like spiritually, metaphysically, physically, emotionally, how do we do that? And for me, it's taking just a breath to pause and feeling how my body responds to things. Because this is always going to tell you things. Your mind's always going to tell you, and your fears are going to be here too. So when you think about stuff through the heart space, if it feels, there can still be some anxiety or fear that overlays, but underneath it, there'd be this feeling of excitement or expansion or relief around taking a different approach. So, and if there's a restrictive feeling, like a tightness, that's a no. The expansion, that underlying feeling of excitement or upliftment or just rightness would be a yes. Okay, so that's what's shifting out of our lives as we move into the present. It's Archangel Michael again, the Ace of Archangel Michael. Okay, so this is a really good card. This card represents new ideas, wonderful new ideas, not allowing bumps in the road to kind of hinder progress. Also, clearing up communication issues. And sometimes we don't realize that part of the issue is not communicating our hearts properly. We assume that people should know, and nobody really knows. So this card would also, like, if an idea or an inspiration is consistent, meaning it comes up often, it comes up repeatedly, and it's the same theme. So it wouldn't change into drastic other areas. It would be in the same theme. But it keeps coming up, and maybe we stuff it back down because we're afraid of it, or we may have fear about it. We might be, well, I don't have the money to do that, or doesn't fit in my life. What are other people going to think about that right now? Could be so many reasons to say no to things, but it's a consistent thought that drops in or feeling that rises into the heart. Then that's an idea that is inspired through your angels, your guides, your higher self, your intuition, however you want to look at that. That's going to lead you down a path that's happier and better. So far, like, the cards are saying, like, really it is about kind of transformation, embodying the authentic self to release the old and step into the new, which leads us to the future, right? And when I say future, this would be, maybe a few months out. It could be relative for each of us, could be very different, could be next year for some of us, but it's Archangel Jophiel, okay? Archangel Jophiel in this card represents making some choices, making some decisions, but the decision would be focused around releasing yourself from what holds you back in life. Kind of a need to detox from situations, right? And also taking inventory of your own emotions. Like, is a lot of the change that you're resisting, or the things you need to do in your life, or that we procrastinate around and ignore, just say, I'll deal with that another time. Is it due to a lack of self-confidence in yourself, in your abilities to do it? So Jophiel would call you, Archangel Jophiel would call you to look inwardly and investigate that. Like, why don't I have the confidence or the self-esteem for this? And how can I shift and change it? And she'll help you with that if you call on her. Because ultimately her message is, if you look at the imagery in the card, it shows birds being released out of a bird cage. Like, it's getting yourself out of situations you may feel trapped in, or not knowing how to get out of. And it's usually fear that we just need to look at and realize it doesn't need to be so scary. So it's about unnecessary worry, okay? But based on, it's rooted in feeling a lack of confidence, but also being able to release yourself from what's holding you back, from your dreams, your visions, things you want to step into, and that need to detoxify. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and buy a colon cleanse, I mean, if you want to. This type of detox is really an energetic detox, of really taking the inventory of where are you losing power in life. We all do it. By the time you get up out of bed and you're brushing your teeth, and if you walk to the bathroom to do that, when you wake up, your unconscious is already sending energy to things from the past, situations you're dealing with now. So if you woke up on a full tank, you'd already be down to a half a tank of gas by the time you brush your teeth, if you want to look at it that way. Some of us even less. It's why we're exhausted all the time. And the way to shift that is really to kind of, how do we bring that energy back to ourselves? Okay, so I hope that this inspired you, and I look forward to doing another one. I'm going to try to be more consistent with these. And the other thing before I go is, as always, we always have wonderful events here. We're looking to continue offering variety of different things. I do have an event scheduled for Saturday, August 19th. It's called the Spiritual Journey Retreat Day. So it's a day from like 10 to 5:30 with me. We'll include like a nutritious lunch, and I give you a journal, and we've got some different activities, or what I would call workshops, that I will be doing throughout the day. And primarily it's a spiritual based workshops to help for our own inner healing, helping empower us to transform and shift everything that came up in the cards today. And I still do have room in that program if you'd like to join me. It's on the website, thesoulpurposema.com. If you go under events, it's listed there, and you'll be able to see it. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at jessica@thesoulpurposema.com. And I hope you all have a great rest of the week.